Hi Shavon Society, welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, of course you know I very much so appreciate the continued support. You guys are awesome. Really, how much you're growing this channel is like amazing to me, because of course I enjoy doing this, and to see it flourish is just a blessing. So thanks for my continued supporters as always. And if you are new here, you're gonna want to hit the subscribe button, so go ahead and hit the like, subscribe button now. Stop what you're doing, trust me, hit that little red subscribe button and hit the little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you get a notification every time I post. I have always exciting videos, helpful videos, and different little things I have up my sleeve. So you're gonna want to subscribe, so go ahead and subscribe and enjoy this video. We're gonna jump right into it. This is a pretty quick, direct video. As you can tell by the title, this is going to be called Solo Esthetician versus Commission Esthetician. What's the difference? And it's mainly to figure out what route is better for you, because everybody can't be a solo esthetician, everybody can't be a commission esthetician. Like, you have to pick what's best for you. That is the best advice I can give you. Don't just go off of what you see someone else doing. It's going to ultimately be what fits your schedule, what fits your budget wise, like your lifestyle, what's more flexible for you, or you know, it really depends on your life if you can be a commission esthetician or you can fully take it on completely and go solo esthetician route and do it all yourself. So we're going to talk about pros and cons of each, and hopefully by the end of this video, watch it to the end, hopefully by the end of this video it'll give you a better idea of what type of esthetician you should go for. I have another video coming after this, so that's why you definitely want to subscribe, and it's going to piggyback off of solo esthetician versus commission esthetician, and it's going to talk more about different types of estheticians, because if you didn't know, this field is like bottomless. So it's definitely a good choice that you've made if you have clicked on my video to even become an esthetician, because there's so many different options for you and it's not talked about enough. So we're gonna talk about it. So today we're gonna just bust down the solo esthetician pros and cons and the commission esthetician pros and cons, and then we'll get into some more good videos if you subscribe. All right, so let's jump right into the video. Okay, so first we're going to talk about commission esthetician, and we're going to talk about the pros of commission esthetician, then we're going to talk about the pros of solo esthetician, then we'll talk about cons of commission esthetician, then we'll talk about cons of solo esthetician. I'm getting it really tongue-tied. Okay, starting with the pros of commission esthetician. If you don't know what commission esthetician even is, let's start there. So basically it just means you get paid. That can also be hourly or commission, or both, hourly and commission, but either way, that's a commission esthetician, and you work for someone else. So the commission esthetician jobs would typically be, for an example, like if you work at European Wax Center, if you work at Waxing the City, if I'm saying that right, if you work at Lunchbox Wax, if you work at Lash Studio, Amazing Lash Studio, if you work at a spa, day spa, whatever that may be. So it can be like a Massage Envy, if you work at Hand and Stone. Those are examples of a commission esthetician. Of course, there's private companies that you also can be a commission esthetician, but those are just kind of like the big names of that. You work for someone else, you don't work for you, basically. The pros of being a commission esthetician, I would say consistent pay for the most part, being a commission esthetician, or it's just you know what you're getting paid. It's more stable. So let's say that's a pro. For some people, this is very important. Some people cannot work off of the roller coaster of how much they're going to be getting paid typically every time they get paid. Some people need structure with being a commission esthetician, and or just work in general. So like, think about you, if you have a 9-to-5 and you go to work every day, you know what you're getting paid and you know what hours you work, you know, for the most part, and so you know what your check is always going to look like or be around that, you know, area. of what you're used to as far as getting paid. So some people need that structure. So if you are that person, commission esthetician, that's a pro for you, because you're generally gonna always know what you're getting paid with a commission esthetician, because you are hired at a particular rate, a particular hourly, you know, rate. Some places do commission and hourly, which as a beginner you want to shoot for that. You want to be getting paid commission and hourly. That's when you're gonna make money, and you know, you're not working for dirt cheap. So you want to definitely try to get both. But if you happen to be one or the other, you're getting paid an hourly rate or you're just getting paid commission, you know, the numbers have to make sense. So that is a pro as far as commission esthetician paying. You know where you're going to be paid. And then another pro that I have for being a commission esthetician is clientele. If you are looking to have clients already right out the gate, right out of school, or you know, whatever, if you already out of school, you're already licensed but you just haven't started yet, soon as you get hired, you're going to have clients, because those clients belong to the company. And so by you working there, you're going to be able to service whatever clients they have coming in. So you know what you're getting paid, and you will already have a clientele. You don't have to build it up. So that's another pro about being a commission esthetician. Okay, so a third pro about being a commission esthetician is, depending on that job and you know the particular details. Of course, this is specific to a company, so please know that as a disclaimer. It's specific to whatever that company's policy is. You can get benefits, so that's another pro. With being a commission esthetician, not only are you part of the company and you getting paid whatever the agreement was when you got hired, and your commission and all of that per wax, and you are getting clientele because it's their clients, but you also are getting benefits. So it could be, maybe most places have a probation period, so say you have to be there for 90 days. So that means medical coverage, dental coverage, it depends, you know, but you guys know what benefits are. So for working for someone, a spa or anything like that, based off of being a commission esthetician, you can pretty much have everything ready to go if that is the route that you would want to take. So those are a few pros if you would like to become a commission esthetician. So let's go into the pros of being a solo esthetician. Okay, so then we'll go into cons. So being a solo esthetician, you can work your own hours, work your own schedule. So if you are someone who cannot work under whatever time someone tells you to or schedule you to work, especially if you have kids, or you just need to be more flexible, you need to be able to pick up and go, or whatever the case may be at any moment, depending on your lifestyle. Like for me, that's why solo esthetician works, because I have kids, I have to be able to, I have small kids, so at any moment if I have to leave work, I have to be able to do that. If any moment if my kids get sick, I have to be able to call off for however long. It just, like, it works for me. I have to be able to come in at the time that I can after kids are dressed to school or dropped off, or whatever that case may be. I have to be able to be flexible. So if you are someone like me, solo esthetician is definitely a good route for you, as far as that is a pro. Your flexibility in scheduling. You make your own hours, you schedule when you come in, when you leave. That is all up to you. You make your rules. That's a pro for me. So second pro I have being a solo esthetician, you get paid what you want to get paid. So if you are not someone who wants to go off of what they can offer you as payment, like as far as commission esthetician, you know, there's kind of a cap on what you can make as an entry-level esthetician anywhere, or they're budgeting or whatever they're paying their estheticians. Say they're paying them $12 an hour, and that's what they're paying. That's what you would have to accept, plus whatever the commission rate may be per service, 20%, 30%. It just depends. Some commissions are low, some are reasonable. So if you are not someone who wants to limit yourself on payment, basically not make as much as you possibly can all, you know, all the money as far as that service for yourself, then solo esthetician route is definitely a good route, because the pro, like I just said, you get paid what you want to get paid. So whatever you set your price on your service, that is what you make for that service. Of course, you're responsible for your inventory and whatever will come out of you having to pay to run your business, but the money is still all yours because you're the boss. It's all yours. It's not a cut. It's not you make whatever you price your services. That's all you, boo. That's all you, boo boo. Okay, so that is also another pro. Third pro is you get to decide basically how your business is going to be ran, your aesthetic of that business, your location of that business, the type of clients you want to take of that business, what the actual business is going to look like, what is going to be your policies, how you want the business to run, what is your pay, do you accept deposits before anybody can book, do you not, do you only take clients that, I don't know, or a certain age or a certain, like, that is all up to you. So that is another pro about being a solo esthetician. You decide what type of business and company you're going to be aesthetically. What is your business structure going to be? What is your policies? All of that is up to you. No one can dictate that. Nobody can come in your business and say, well, this is against this and you should have did. No, because I'm a private business and I get to choose what my policies are, and whatever my rules are, those are my rules. So that's it. You don't have to take clients you don't want to, just compared to like a job where you're commissioned and those clients are there. So you just have to kind of go to work and take whatever clients they give you. You don't really too much have a say-so in that. But for your business, you can fire clients, you can hire clients, you can probation clients, you can do whatever you want with the clients. As long as it's your business and it's really nobody else's call, then that's all up to you as far as your whole structure of your business. That is such a pro to me, and that is something that applies to me. That's why I'm a solo esthetician. Now let's talk about cons, since we done got pros covered. So now you guys see, so just from this point on here in this video, you can already start to see where you would like to be commission esthetician wise and solo esthetician wise, just based off of things I talk about with finances, clients, schedules, business structure, all of that. So you can already see the difference of what you would like to be. So now let's go into cons of each. So this time let's start with the cons of solo esthetician, and then we'll go into cons of commission esthetician. So cons of solo estheticians. Okay, there are a couple, but it's pretty obvious. You run your entire business, so that can be a con for people. A lot of people can't be business owners. It's a lot. You work more than 9 to 5 like you would at a commission job, because you have to create the policy, you have to create the structure, you have to be the one that's in the background, the foreground, the side ground, the bottom ground, the middle ground, the top ground, the front. You gotta work your business from top to bottom. Like, that is all you, sis. It's all you. So if you are someone who that may be overwhelming to, that is definitely a con and a factor that you should take into account when deciding if you want to be solo or you want to be commission based. So you have to run everything. You have to create that business from the ground up. But don't let that intimidate you, because I'm doing it. If I'm doing it, you can do it. If you see other people doing it, you can do it. It's a lot of discipline, I would tell you. A lot of discipline, a lot of being focused. If you can get that discipline down, then you can do it for sure, because really it boils down to a lot of that and being kind of structured in your own business. No one's going to tell you to come into work. Nobody going to tell you what to do at work. Nobody going to tell, like, you don't have that like you would at a commission based. So you have to keep yourself on track, being a solo esthetician. So just know that you have to create that business from ground up. Create the policies, you work more. All of that is in solo esthetician. Okay, second thing that's a con in being a solo esthetician is clients are not given to you. They're not handed. You have to create a clientele from scratch. You have to promote, you have to market, you have to bring people to your business so they can know that your small business exists. That's how these big businesses, like commission-based businesses, like a European Wax, can exist. They were once small. They once started out at square one. Now they have many locations and many employees, and so you can get there, but know that we all started from step one. So for those who don't want to start from ground zero, then commission-based will be best for you, because you can already start out with all of that and then decide if you eventually want to leave that and then go solo. So know that each option is fine. Don't let anyone steer your decision, because you have to do what's best for you, your schedule, your lifestyle, all of that. What's gonna pay the bills, like you have to decide all of that for your specific situation. Like, it's not going to really be anyone else's decision, like I said, because everybody's life and, you know, situation is different. So that's another con with being a solo esthetician. You have to build clientele. Okay, third, I think we're on the third one, but if I'm losing track, don't mind me. So another con for being a solo esthetician is you have to do taxes, you have to be in charge of finances, you have to be in charge of inventory, you have to be in charge of protocols, all of that stuff as far as supplies, equipment, taxes, and finances. You got to be the accountant, you got to pay for equipment, and all of that is up to you. Being a solo esthetician, know that you are responsible for the finances, whereas on a commission-based job, like I said, you're generally just paid. You don't have to worry about anything else but getting paid and filing your taxes just as an employee at the end of the year, because they do all of the other stuff. So a solo esthetician is different because we have to file the taxes for all of it. It's not just, oh, I got paid this much this year as an employee, that's it. No, we file taxes for everything we made, everything that we have to write off as a business expense, all the equipment we bought, everything you have to take into account for when it comes to being a solo esthetician. So you're the accountant, but it's worth it, like I said. So just know that that's also a con with being a solo esthetician. Now let's talk about some cons with being a commission esthetician. All right, so first con is you can't make your schedule. It's not flexible at all. Someone runs your schedule, so you have to work when they tell you to work. And depending on the company, they're not lenient about stuff like that. So it just depends on what company you're, you know, at. Also, you can't take whatever time duration it takes you to do that service when you're on the clock. You have to go by the time they give you. So you have to work. So say you're doing a lash set and you take 3 hours to do the set. If that business is a 2-hour lash set business, like that's where their protocol is set, you have to take 2 hours. Like you can't do them in 3 like you want to do, because they only schedule at 2. That's what they push at 2. That's what they're known for, so on and so forth. So which can be another con within itself, because the results may be iffy, which by experience from people I know, you know, whatever, that can be an issue, because you want to do the best job that you possibly can. Your name is on it. So sometimes with commission based, it's more about getting them in, getting them out. Your personal business as a solo, you're focused on customer service. You're focused on the best results of the service possible, not necessarily speeding them through and you know, just trying to make the most money. Big businesses, that's not really their focus. Their focus is getting you in and getting you out. So clients, they don't always leave satisfied. That's not, you know, the best route. So if that's something that won't bother you, then yeah, commission based is fine. But for solo esthetician, I needed to be able to focus on my clients and services and what I'm putting my name on, what services I'm performing, how the results are coming out. Like, I need to be in control of that. So another con that we have for being a commission esthetician is not only can you not make your schedule, you have to work for whatever times they tell you. The pay, you cannot get paid what you want to get paid. You can't create a number and get paid that. Now, don't get me wrong, there are jobs, just like any job, you can negotiate pay, but the negotiations are still generally going to go whatever their budget is and their rates and all of that. It's still kind of in their ballpark because they have to okay what they're going to pay you, and they have a cap and all of that. Whereas, like, you know, on the solo side, you get paid whatever you want to get paid, whatever you price your things at, whatever people are paying you to do their services. So again, you don't get paid what you want to get paid. You get paid what they tell you they're going to hire you for. And of course they give, you know, raises or whatever depending on you work, how long you work there and stuff like that, just like at any other job. But it's never going to be as much as you can get paid completely being on your own. So that's another con about being a commission esthetician. Okay, so the third con I have, which I think we're on 3, I don't know, y'all. But another con we have about being a commission esthetician is you cannot dictate that business as a whole. What you wear, say they are scrubs or uniforms or whatever, or certain color, you can't wear whatever you want to wear if they have that structured for you to wear what they want you to wear. You can't dictate what their brand colors are going to be. You can't dictate what their policy is. You have to accept whatever their policy may be as far as with clients and stuff. You can't dictate whether or not you want to be a salesy esthetician. Like, if they make you have to sell a certain goal or a certain number or a certain amount every time a client comes to you and they leave, and you got to take them to the counter. A lot of businesses do this. You have to sell them so much merch and all that. You can't dictate that. You just have to do it, and you have to meet the goals and all of that. You can't dictate anything about anything as far as how that business is structured, what type of clients you can take. None of that is in your control. So knowing that, that should help you figure out if you want to be a solo esthetician or a commission esthetician. Now, in general, this is, I'm not putting in any category, but I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. Training wise, you are always going to have to get outside training. You're going to get training at both commission estheticians, and then you also be getting training being a solo, because you're going to be actually experiencing it. So just know that that kind of applies to each category, because it's the best experience that I've learned is working. So as long as you're working on people, actual people, you learn so much as you go. You guys know the best practice is to actually practice. So you'll get that at both. But the thing about commission esthetician as far as training is they'll train you their way at that company, how they want you to do things, and how they want you to perform that service there if you have no training. So you will only learn that. Whereas solo esthetician, you can take training from all different kinds of methods, and however many different people you train with, or you pay to train with this person and you pay to train with that person. You can choose what you would like to pick up from each type of training thing that you have taken and apply that to your business. You see what I'm saying? You can take all the good from whatever and apply that to your business if you're solo. You don't have to do it the way that a big company is telling you to do it at work, because nobody's micromanaging you. You know, this is your thing. So that's, I did want to touch base on training as well to let you guys know about that, because I know a lot of beginner estheticians solely take the commission because they just want to go for the training and the clients, which is a good start, because yeah, it is a good start. But the thing about that is most of those clients are not going to come with you. They're still going to go there unless you're just absolutely amazing. You will have clients follow you. You will. And it's going to be a small handful, not enough to fill your books up, but a small handful will come from wherever you are to follow you if you become solo. But the training to go solely for that is you're just going to be trained on doing it their way anyway. So if that's something that will help you make a decision based off, if you just want to work for someone to be trained like their way, then that's totally fine. But if you don't and you want to just learn more generalized how to do things and all of that, then solo route is totally fine. I know it can be overwhelming, I know it's intimidating, and it is a lot of work, but the work on the solo side is so beneficial to you personally, and knowing you did this and you created this and this is your business and people are responding positively to it. Just to have that positive response in general about something that you're doing yourself from ground zero it's very surreal. Like the feeling is surreal every day. You open your door to your spa or whatever room, or if you're working at home, like wherever you're starting off being a solo, once you walk into your treatment room, you get proud each time, like because it's yours and you created it, you know, versus you're not gonna have that if you go work for somebody, for the most part. Or you will in the beginning, but it'll wear off. It's like the honeymoon stage when you're working for someone. It'll be nice in the beginning and then it wears off. So definitely take all of this into account. I hope you guys will really pay attention to what I'm saying and just a little bit of the experience that I tried to give you guys, and hopefully it helps. I know that it can be a bit, like I said, scary, but just try to do what's best for you. Don't worry about nothing else but what applies to your life. That's the best advice you can take from any of us about any of this beauty world stuff. Do what is best for you, your pockets, your finances, your lifestyle, your schedule. Do what is best for you. So again, thank you guys so much for watching another video. I will see you guys at the next video. Like I said, it's going to be something similar to this one. It's going to go more in depth about what type of esthetician now you would like to be. But hopefully you were able to pick and choose today, if you want to be a solo esthetician or you want to be a commissioned esthetician. So again, I love you all so much for constantly supporting me. So I will see you guys at the next video. Bye bye and happy holidays.